And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, traders and students all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting you live on YouTube. And this is Forex Trading Course 101. Remember what we're trying to do here. We are trying to build the three pillars. Pillar number one is the strategy and or the system that is easy for us to obey, easy for us to execute, easy to follow, We are trying to learn about risk management, and the big one, we are trying to learn about the psychology part, how our psychology affects our risk management decisions and how our psychology affects our strategy, right? Entry, trade management, exits. And we are trying to do this with all of this stuff left in here. Basic module, beginner module. Okay, so today is how to trade support and resistance in a sideways channel. So we are still in the beginner module, everybody. And talking about psychology, what do champion beginner traders say? Champion beginner traders say always, I am not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis, right? It's a winner. It's just one trade. Oh man, I'm a loser, I lost. It's just one trade, Champion traders, I'm not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. Hello Zuelius, thank you for yesterday. And talking about psychology, everybody, I have my own quote here on the left. When the market scares you, don't be afraid to do the right thing. What are the right things to do when we are scared, right? Follow the rules, follow the concepts, obey the rules. What rules? Obey the strategy rules, obey the risk management rules, and lastly, obey the psychology rules, which are the more challenging, right? And remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not trading or investment advice, everybody. The webinars are for educational purposes only. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. It's a quote that we are always trying to instill in your head, right? And for homeworks or questions, you have the Gmail contact, the Skype contact, and you can follow FXPassion on TradingView, Okay? That being said, everybody, let's jump into the live charts. Tell me, everybody, a currency pair that it's of your interest, so we're going to check and talk about how to trade support and resistance in a sideways channel, and a great currency pair to do so is USD CHF, maybe Canada CHF, and lastly it was Euro GBP. Okay, sideways channel, also called consolidation. So let's do it differently, everybody. Okay, now Euro GBP monthly chart, and let me think of a currency pair, everybody, that it's AUD CAD. It would be a great example. AUD CAD. Okay, so what we're going to learn today, everybody, is that we learned already that the Forex market behaves like a contract between the two countries, right? And countries have currency pairs, and they want to maintain imports and exports. Hello Hosnani, how are you? They want to maintain imports and exports with certain stability, right? So talking about how to trade support and resistance in a sideways channel, the first sideways channel is the monthly consolidation. Okay, AUD CAD, we have this sideways channel, the big one, we have monthly consolidation on all currency pairs, Okay, there are some exceptions, yes, of course, but we have monthly consolidation. Okay, now why are we showing you the monthly chart? Because we are going to use the same concepts and rules to trade the sideways channel on the on this big consolidation, but you can also see, everybody, if I clone the chart and I'm going to push AUD CAD from the monthly to the daily, you know, back in time. Oh, I'm going to do this before. So back in time we had this smaller consolidation, which was here, okay, which was here, something like this. And now we are going to clone the chart, put it on the right, and move it to the daily chart. Okay, so monthly chart on the left. Let's try to do it like this. This is the monthly chart. Now looking here, everybody, maybe the weekly is going to be better visually, right? So lesson for today is to understand that we have big consolidations, big sideways channels like on the monthly chart, right? But we also have smaller sideways channels, smaller consolidations, right? Lower band to the upper band to the lower band to the upper band to the lower band, and then of course, you know, the specific of the sideways movement, sideways channel, if it's not monthly, it's going to break. Hello Allah, how are you? Long time no see. YouTube Passion, you were on vacation too long. Yeah, I know. Not a problem. Okay, so we have big consolidations, big sideways channels. We have smaller ones, right? And if this is AUD CAD, then look in here. So this is the weekly chart, and we also had a even smaller consolidation, you know, on this chart. And I'm going to clone it one more time, clone, and push to the 2-hour chart, 2-hour chart, and do it something like this. Our chart. Okay, let's do it something like this. So this is the weekly, right? This is the weekly now, and hopefully you're going to see that we have the big consolidation, then we have this smaller, and this is on the 2-hour chart, right? Now 2-hour chart, full screen. Okay, so it would be something like this, right? Okay, so the market was moving, you know, hit the upper band here, retested the upper band here, pushed to the lower band here, retested the lower band here, pushed the upper band here, right? Retested the upper band here. See how the market was making the same thing over and over, you know, pushed to the lower, and then it broke out, right? So the market was sideways, you know, from one band to the other band to the other band to the other band, right? This is how the market works. Lucas, hello, how are you? Did you manage to connect with Zuelius, Lucas? Did you manage to connect to Zuelius? Okay, now let's talk about how to trade support and resistance in a sideways channel. Okay, so this is the sideways channel, something like this. Okay, and this is theory, right? Okay, now text. Okay, how to enter 24, how to enter in a sideways channel. Okay, number one, we are going to enter when 1.1 see a change in the short term trend. Okay, see the change in the short term trend. Okay, number 2, 1.2, it's not a rule, it's a suggestion. And remember, these webinars are not trading or investment advice, everybody. Suggestion: put the stop loss above or below the highest high or the lowest low of the channel. Okay, makes sense? So how to enter in a sideways channel? We are going to enter number 1 when we are going to see. So we learned about the short-term trend when we talked about structure, everybody remember? So we are going to enter the market when we are going to see a change in the short-term trend. Okay, so this is one, and because this is theory, but the market many times it's not like this, so what is the reality of the market? Many times a high is going to be like this, and then it's going to be a low, and it's going to be like this, and a lower low, and maybe here it's going to be a high like this, but then the market re-entered. So this is theory. Now this is more realistic, right? And this would be the channel. Okay, this would be the channel, something like this. So talking about, it's not a rule per se, everybody, you need to address your risk, but talking about stop loss, don't put it in here. Makes sense, everybody? Put the stop loss above the highest high of the channel. Why is that? Well, because the market can do something like this, and it's going to increase that. We've seen this countless time, we've seen the market establishing a smaller channel, and then we've seen the market establishing a higher or a bigger channel, right? And I'm going to give an example. I believe, if I'm not wrong, EuroCAD, it's a great example. FXPassion, what is better, trading support or resistance with multiple touches, single touch to the support resistance with lower volume, single touch drastic? FXPassion, I like you, but I don't have this kind of answers for you. It depends on your trading style. Okay? Everybody, there are no simple, you are, not everybody, it makes sense, okay? I understand you, believe me. You want simple answers. They are not simple answers, because the market, it's changing every time, it's a probability game, you can say, okay, I'm going to trade original Fibonacci on the daily chart, and then the market's going to crash your Fibonacci, so there is no answer to this, FXPassion. You need, or maybe I have an answer, but it's, it's kind of psychological. You need to find, everybody, a way, meaning you need to find a strategy or a system that you are comfortable and that makes sense to you. There is no one simple answer to this. Why not? Because you have traders that are trading support or resistance with multiple touches, but you have also traders that are trading with single touch. You are traders who are trading with lower volume, you are traders who are trading with higher volume. You are traders who are trading with drastic selling high volume points. You are traders who are selling with low volume points, FXPassion. Do you understand this, everybody? You put in a group 100 traders, you are going to see 100 different styles. Everybody, it's a little bit different. FXPassion, what can I tell you? In the Forex course 202, I gave everybody, every single student, I give them my strategy. You know, my strategy, FXPassion strategy, nobody made a cent out of my strategy. Can your answer be backtesting? No. Everybody, you need to learn that past performance is not a guarantee for the future. You know? You can backtest, but still if the backtest, you know, it's not your style, or you don't agree, or you don't believe to the backtest, you know? Everybody, can you understand that I am giving my strategy to everyone and nobody made a cent out of my strategy? This is why. There are no rules. There are no single, you know, answer to this. Everybody, you need to build your own system, your own strategy, you know? Make sense, everybody, or am I talking no nonsense? And Husnain, you said correctly yesterday, right? Oh, I've backtested this and this and that, you know, and I've seen different results. You know, crowns are not guaranteed, everybody. Fibonacci's are not guaranteed, right? Make sense, everybody? So the best answer is try to learn as much as possible and then apply and train yourself, not for a month or two, you know, allow yourself a year. Allow yourself a year, 2 years in order for you to learn. Okay? In order to have experience in the markets. Why 90% of traders lose money? Because they don't allow everybody enough time to learn. You know? I'm a beginner trader, you know, and I was in the JP Morgan Chase course, you know, and I'm trading for 6 months, you know, and it doesn't work. It's not enough time, you know. Even though 6 months looks like a big chunk of time in the financial market, it's not. You know. There are no rules to this, but most likely, you know, institutional traders consider a professional trader who is in the market, listen to this, 7 years plus. 7+ years. You know, not 4 years, 5 years. Oh, I've been trading for 5 years. Well, you are still a junior trader. Oh, but I'm profitable. Well, you are still a junior trader, you know. You don't believe me? Find a professional trader, you know, not the 30-year guy. Find somebody who is 50, 60, 70 and ask him, do I really need to trade for 7 years plus to be considered, not that I am, but just to be considered a professional trader? And come back to class and tell me what you find out. You know? Understood passion, find what makes sense to you and what best suits you and improve accordingly. Yes, sir, this is the answer. Congratulations. Okay, everybody, going back to class. We are going to enter when we see a change in the short-term trend. And suggestion, put the stop loss above, below the highest high or the lowest low of the channel. Because this is the logic. The market can increase the channel. We've seen this countless times, right? Okay. Color, there you go. Something like this. Okay. Now, AUD-CAD, right? Let's go out of AUD-CAD, everybody. So Euro GBP monthly chart. Upper band, lower band, and remember that GBP pairs are risky because we still have Brexit. Okay, don't just trade blindly. Okay, so but also this pair, you know, established a smaller chain, a smaller range, a smaller sideways movement, right? So this was one, okay, and as you can see we have a even smaller channel inside here. It would be this one, you know, one or two, okay. So with this knowledge, everybody, remember this is not a trading advice. What should be looking for? Should we be looking for to short Euro GBP, or should we be looking to go long on Euro GBP? And remember, everybody, reason patterns. We are trying to trade this one. You know, somebody would say, well, go long because I have an original Fibonacci reason pattern. What is a reason pattern? Reason pattern it's a pattern that gives direction to our entry. So if we are trying to trade, or if we are trading a sideways movement, sideways channel, you know, what should we do? It would be better to short the market, it would be better to go long. And don't be shy, everybody, there is no right or wrong. Euro GBP, long or short? Everybody? Teacher Hosnani, Teacher Lucas, Teacher Zoelius, Teacher Ala, and everybody else online. Long or short? It doesn't really matter, scalper, intraday, swing trader, whatever. What would you say, long or short? Everybody's afraid, huh? Okay, so how it goes, right? I don't know, fair answer, you know. What is the last time, what band was the last band that the market hit? Was the upper band the last time that the market hit? Or it was the lower band the last time that the market hit? Short, 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 exactly. And this is why. The last time that the market hit, it was not the lower band, it was the upper band. So short, right? Where to enter? When we are going to see a change in the short-term trend. Okay, now do we see, everybody, a change in the short-term trend on the monthly chart? Husnani said short in the lower time frame with a counter trendline break. Yes, sir. Tari, short on daily after the counter trendline break. Yes, sir. Congratulations to you, everybody. You are getting this. See, everybody. Now, this is the daily chart. Let's go step by step. You must learn something. So, see, everybody, this was a counter trendline break back in time. And something like this. Okay, back in time, this was a counter trendline break, right? Was it? Okay, back in time we had a counter trendline break, right? And talking about the change in the short-term trend, the market was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? Do we agree, everybody, that back in time this was the market? And we need to pay attention, everybody. We need to see a confirmed downtrend. Okay, it's still a probability game, nothing is guaranteed, but this would save us from unnecessarily losing trades. We are going to have losing trades, you know. So if I'm an aggressive trader and I've traded this, you know, it's okay, but I must address that I've entered prematurely. Why is that? Because a downtrend was not established yet. Do you understand this, everybody? I'm an aggressive trader. I don't see the future, but I know what is a counter trendline break, so I can trade this one, but I must address the risk. What's the risk? The market didn't establish a downtrend yet on the daily chart. Okay? And don't confuse, everybody, highs and lows with structure. Okay? Don't confuse. Okay? So, and if I would enter here and trade this one, you know, before, right, I would lose. Why? Because look what happened. What happened right now? The market pushed higher, right? It retraced higher. So my entry would be based on this retracement, and then on the next counter trendline break. From the daily chart, everybody, don't mix apples with bananas. Daily chart. The 2-hour chart is something different. Okay, so, and because this is what happened, you know, I need to adjust my uptrend line. Adjust my uptrend line on the daily chart, everybody. Okay, on the daily chart, and from the daily chart, you know, you have high to low, low to high, you know, and we have this counter trend line, right? So what happened here really, everybody, is the market established another channel, a smaller one, right? Smaller channel, clone. You don't see the future, right? But the market went up and went down, you know, and in between here too, you know, in between here too, a even smaller channel, clone and clone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, for 1 month the market was sideways here too, right? So I need to be very careful, everybody, you know, and I need to understand that the critical point on the daily chart is this low here, you know, this is the low that I'm waiting for the market to break. So in order to establish and short. Now here is the lesson, everybody. If the market would break this low, which channel would I short? The big one? The big one, and let's color code this in violet, or would I short the medium one? Let's color code this in green. Or would I short the smaller one? And let's color code this in orange. Structure is not relevant when trading consolidation. It depends, Tari. Sometimes consolidation is structure. You know, so it's a double-edged answer. It's yes and no. When structure is part of consolidation, or where consolidation is part of structure, then the answer would be yes, it is relevant. Euro GBP daily chart, everybody. If the market would break this low, what am I shorting? What is the reason pattern? The big consolidation, violet quadrant, the medium consolidation, the green quadrant, bigger range, exactly. Okay, bigger range. and because the market is pushing up, so the small range was out, right? Now because the market is pushing up, everybody, what can I trade? And let me see, this is the market, and this is the market, something like this, and so this would be the counter trend line, right? Something like this and like this. Okay, so here this is, we don't see the future, but this would be a trend line break, right, on the smaller one. So what about now? Can I short something, or reason pattern? What is the reason pattern? Should I wait for? So those are the questions, everybody, that we need to clarify, right? So what CTB stands counter trend line break? What counter trend line break am I trading? What reason pattern? Okay, so we are here. Okay, we are here and we have two counter trend line breaks, right? What you're going to do, everybody? What are you going to do? Are you going to wait for the lower low on the bigger range, or do you want to short the market already on the smaller range? Those are the questions. There is no right or wrong. You can do both when the time comes, right? And another great lesson, everybody, see, if you would trade this one, of course depending on your stop, because we didn't have a change in the short-term trend yet, you would lose again. Make sense? You know, me too. We would lose again. Make sense, everybody? You can do this if you're an aggressive trader. Just bear in mind that there were no change in the short-term trend, not yet. Okay? Now, what's the difference, you know? So, here is the question, everybody. Teacher Tari, Teacher Zuelios, Teacher Husnaini, Teacher Ala, Teacher Lucas. I'm confused and I'm asking you, can I enter in here and can I trade the violet? Can I go short here and trade the bigger structure, the bigger consolidation, the bigger range? Is this the correct way of doing things? Can I enter on the smaller counter trend line break and trade the big one? Yes or no? Would this be correct or would this be incorrect from a beginner trader standpoint? Can you do this? I mean, we can do anything you want, right? But I'm a beginner trader, everybody, and I'm confused. I'm asking you questions, you know. Teacher Tari, Teacher Zoelius, Teacher Husnaini, Teacher Ala, Teacher Lucas. Can I enter, you know, with this counter trend line break and short the big picture, the big structure? Zoelius says yes. Zoelius, what would happen if I would do this in here? Same question. This is how I think, everybody. This is psychology right now. This is not charting anymore, everybody. Now this is psychology. It's emotional. It's a mindset. If I'm saying yes, I can enter here at this counter trendline break and short the big consolidation. I would do the same thing in here. Why is that? Because it's a mindset. We are creature of habits. You know? And the correct answer, everybody, is no. You can, I mean, we can do anything we want, right? But this is not the correct way. Okay? It's not the correct way. So, if I'm entering here, you know, would I enter? And now we have a risk-reward ratio problem. If this is my stop loss, and this is my profit, is this a trade worth taking, everybody? Is this a trade worth taking? Is this a trade worth taking? Mercado, bro, bom dia, boa noite, boss. Boa noite pra você. Everybody, is this a trade worth taking? And Zuelius, remember, you know, if you would enter in here, you would break the rules that we are trying to teach you. Where are the rules? Not in here. Euro GBP, not in here. Where are the rules? Here, right? Zuelius, we are going to enter when we are going to see a change in the short-term trend. Do you have a change in the short-term trend? Let's zoom in, everybody. Okay. Hosnai says no. Tari, with this counter trendline break, we should only trade small event, even though we have risk-reward issue. Great question. The answer is, I mean, this would be a no, everybody. It doesn't make sense to risk more than you are going to make. You know, some of you are asking, how can I be consistently profitable like this? Never. You know, never. You should train yourself, everybody, to always have the reward in your direction, in your favor, not the risk. Okay? Enzueli says, okay, we don't have a change, right? So it's a no trade. And one more time, don't mix apples with bananas. This is on the daily chart. So we are waiting and the market is moving sideways, right? And we are here right now. Right? So everybody, these webinars are not trading or investment advice. What is your plan? What we are going to do here? We are going to do two things. If the market is going to show us making higher highs, higher lows, then we are going to go on what? Long or short? Everybody? Enestari and Husnani were saying, you know, not on the daily, because we are not seeing all the highs and lows, so we are going to push from the daily to the 2-hour chart. Just an example, you know, now from the 2-hour chart we can see, right? We can see highs and lows, right? So talking about the sideways movement, everybody, this would be a trend line, you know. Let's call it like this and like this. This would be a downtrend line, you know, then this would be the downtrend line, you know, this would be the downtrend line, right? So maybe not the first one, but if we are going to see on the 2-hour time frame that the market's making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, especially when breaking this, level of resistance, you know, then we can go long, right? So this is one, or delete. This is one option, right? Because this is the daily chart. Or if and when the market is going to finally break the low, we are going to wait for a retracement and enter on the next counter trend line break. Make sense, everybody? This is going to show us a change in the short-term trend on the daily chart, right? Change, you know, higher high, lower low. This is the change. And always remember, you know, the market can do anything it wants. GBP pairs are risky because of the Brexit, you know. Make sense? Now here is the bad part, you know, or the challenging part. You know, let's say that we enter here. Okay? Look at our risk. It's a suggestion. This should be our risk. And so it's basically 1-for-1 from the daily chart. Okay, it would be 1-for-1 trade, and we would stay in this trade for a year, year and a half, most likely. Okay. Oh, but I want quicker profits. So what's the answer? What's the solution? You know? And let's change currency pairs, everybody. EuroCAD weekly chart. You know, this is EuroCAD, everybody, on the weekly chart. You know, and what you can see is the market established this sideways, not this one. The market established this sideways movement here. You know, like in here. You know, and then we have this is the low, right? The market pushed up, went back down, pushed up in here, you know, and in between, remember I told you that the market loves, you know, the market loves to increase the range. So back in time, this was the range. You know, back in time, we didn't have the high yet, so back in time this was the range, right? See, everybody? And talking about the stop loss, it's a suggestion, it's not a rule per se, but it's a suggestion. So the stop loss would be here, you know. Make sense? So this would be, let's wait a second. Now this would be an entry in here, you know. Why here? Because high to low, low to high, high to low. Now the sideways movement is established, you know. So the buying opportunity would be here, but most specifically for you to learn about the stop loss, the shorting opportunity would be here. Here we would short, you know, and the stop loss, it's a suggestion, everybody, would be here, you know. And the market would do something like this, and then, you know, and as you can see, it went up, you know, and went up again and established a higher range, a bigger range. Can you see, everybody? Okay, now this is the good news and the bad news. You know, what is the bad news? If it's not the big monthly consolidation, the specific of the sideways movement, it is going to break out sooner or later, you know. Also this consolidation here, the big one from the EuroCAD weekly chart, everybody, you know, we are here, you know, we don't know, right? We don't have a crystal ball, but sooner or later the market is going to break or up, or it's going to break down, but it's going to break. Okay, the question is when, but until then, everybody, we are going to short and trade accordingly, right? So question for the beginner trader, everybody, is it wise to short EuroCAD right now? Is it wise? Not right or wrong, there is no right or wrong, but is it wise to short right now? When we are talking about wise, everybody, who is the decision maker? Right? And so we have maybe, just maybe, another smaller sideways movement, right? So is it wise to go short right now? And let's not make it that complex, right? Let's make it easier for everybody. Okay? Is it wise to short the market right now? EuroCAD weekly chart. Who is the decision maker? Oh, let's short EuroCAD. Calm down. What are you shorting? What reason pattern on what time frame? Everybody, you know, is it wise to short the weekly time frame? Yes or no? Who is the decision maker? The decision maker, everybody, is risk reward. Risk reward should be the decision maker, not the candle falling. You know, look what we are going. Oh, we are going to earn 1, and if the market reverses for any reason, you know, we are going to lose 3. Is it wise, everybody, to short the market right now? You know? Now, somebody is going to say, well, but I'm shorting this. You know, I'm shorting this, so my stop loss is going to be here. You know? Shimizu short, Ala says yes, Starry no, current momentum is in central of the range, can go either way. Everybody, the answer is no. It's not wise to short the market right now. Oh, but it's going down. Yes, so you know the future, right? Oh, but it's going to hit the lower time frame. So you know the future, right? You have a crystal ball, and you know that the market is going to hit the lower band, right? Professional traders don't trade like this, everybody. Professional traders don't trade like this. And remember, this is a mindset. We are creature of habit, so if you are doing, everybody, check your journals. If you are risking more than you are making right now in this class, then most likely you are in a habit of doing this. Check your demo account, and if you find yourself that you have small winners and big losers, then you are in a habit of risking more than you are making. As always, everybody, you can accept what we are teaching you, you can reject, you know, you say, oh, Passion, you know, I don't agree with you, I'm going to go short in here and stop loss up in here. Well, you can do anything you want, you know, but professional traders are never going to enter into a trade risking more than they are making. Not that we don't have losing trades, we do, all the time. you know, but we never going to enter a trade that the risk is going to be higher. It doesn't make sense, you know. Oh, but the market is falling. Yes, on the weekly chart, right? So today is what, Thursday? For some of you it's Friday, so we have two and a half days. But even though, everybody, it's a mindset. This is the critical point. Remember, we are starting the webinars with here talking about psychology, everybody. This is psychology, and this is the big one. It's a mindset. You know, if you are in a habit of risking more than you are making, then you are going to have a hard time making consistent profits, not to talk about money. Shimizu and Allah, does it make sense to you what I'm saying? You said short. Don't be shy, everybody, you know. You can say, oh, I don't agree with you, it's not a problem. But I'm posting a different question, everybody. Does this make sense to you? You know? Or am I talking nonsense? And I know, right? After the class, you know, you are going to do what you want, right? Everybody? So, for the impatient traders, right? I'm impatient, you know, I don't have enough patience. Meaning, I want to trade a different trading style. You know, I don't want to wait for 5 years. I want to try to make some pips and money on a weekly basis, you know. What's the answer? Well, the answer is go to the smaller time frames. But never forget, the higher time frame controls the smaller time frame. You know? And one great example would be USD CHF and AUD NZD2. You know, USD CHF, everybody, not so far ago, you know, this market was like this. This would be the band, right? This would be the band. Maybe not the perfect one, okay, or also this would be the band, right? So if you go on the 2-hour chart, Allah says agree with you. Allah, I hope it makes sense, you know. So this was the answer, you know. So I want quicker profits, quicker returns. Remember, the smaller the time frame, the riskier it gets. Why is that? Because the higher time frame controls the smaller time frame, you know. And let me see, here, okay. So maybe not something like this, right? And back in time you don't see the future, you know. So the market would be like this. We don't see the future, right? So we would have double tops, right? I'm sorry, double bottoms, okay? USD CHF 2-hour chart. I would wait, bam. Now, we have unestablished sideways channel. Agreed, everybody? Market hit, the market established a low, the market hit this level here, reversed, the market hit this level one more time, reversed, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, the market hit here, right? Reversed. Okay, so here is where the game would start. You know, maybe something like this. You know, the aggressive trader, everybody, the aggressive trader would short this one. You know, and the more conservative trader would try to go long in here. Okay, so the smaller time frame, everybody, the quicker, but also the riskier, you know. Make sense? Shimizu, sorry, I live in Japan, I don't write English. No problem, Shimizu. You know? So lower band, and this would be no entry, right? Why not? Because the market didn't change the short-term trend, and when this happens, right? So here this was, see everybody, this is what we're talking about. You can have or make small, faster, talking about time, faster profits, but you know, it gets more and more and more challenging on the smaller time frames. You know, so how would this go? Wait, 1, 2, 3. So this would be the entry here to go long, right? This would be the entry to go long on the smaller time frame. Stop loss down here and take profit 1, clone 2, and we would lose, right? Let me see here if this would be a loser. Most likely this would be a loser, everybody, you know, and then we would have another one in here, counter trendline break, you know, and another counter trendline break in here. This would increase our risk, you know. This would be 1-for-1 trade, a little bit more, 1 versus 1.2, right? And okay, this would be a winner, so we would lose 1, win 1, right? And compressing the chart, everybody, on the 2-hour chart, something like this. Now the range, see everybody, the range just shifted. We pushed from the smaller range to the bigger range, right? And we would wait, and here we have a change, lower low, lower high, lower lower high. So this would be an entry, and you know, if we would not manage our trade, everybody, so this is an entry that makes sense to short the market in this sideways channel, smaller one. You know, this would be an entry, confirmed, changed. We have a change in a downtrend, you know. But if we would not manage the trade, we would still end up losing. Why? This is the specific of the sideways channels, you know. If it's not on the monthly, it's going to break out sooner or later. Husnaini, but what if we keep higher time frame in mind and trade that direction? You know, the answer is you can do this, but don't mix apples with bananas. You know, Shimizu, thank you. Direction. Can we put trend lines in range, smaller time frame? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Or even smaller time. You see, everybody, so this is the 2-hour chart, right? Oh, I want quicker profits. Well, in some point in time, this was a smaller range, you know, 2-hour chart, and the trading time frame is the 15-minute chart, right? So I would spot a sideways movement, sideways channel on the 2-hour chart, right? I need the confirmation, you know, high to low, low to high, high to low. See everybody, now on the 15-minute chart, right? Where is the confirmation? Low to high, high to low, low to high. So starting from here, you know, I can see a change in the short-term trend on the 15-minute chart, you know. So this would be a trade. You know, this would be a trade worth taking, you know, profit and risk. Risk, it's a suggestion, you know, not a rule. And profit and risk, you know, one more time. See everybody change in the short-term trend, you know. This would be a false breakout here. And this is why we're telling you, everybody, the smaller the time frame, the more challenging it gets. Okay, everybody, our time is up. See you back tomorrow. Until tomorrow, stay strong.